Hello, welcome to SMTech World. Today we are going to solve this cheat code problem named rotting orange. And basically, if you read the problem statement, it's saying that we will be given one multi-dimensional array, and you can think that as a kind of basket, and in the basket we are putting oranges, right? So oranges can have two state. One, if its value is 1, that means that's a fresh orange, and if its value is 2, then that means it's a rotten orange, right? And if it's 0, then means in that cell, in that portion of our basket, we don't have any orange, right? So that should be blank or blank cell kind of thing, right? So then what we need to do, then we need to, so at first let's plot those in this picture. So let's see this graphical representation, right? So you can see that our first 0 0 element is 2, that means it's a rotten orange, right? And all other are fresh orange, and we have 2 blank cell, right? So what we need to do here, so it's saying that every minute any fresh orange that is adjacent to a rotten orange become rotten, right? And we need to return the minimum number of minutes that must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange, right? And if it's not impossible, then we need to return -1. So what they want to say that, so suppose it is our initial state and we have one rotten orange, then what it will do after 1 minute, it can rotten its 4 adjacent oranges, right? So it can rotten its right side one, its left side one, upper side one, and down one, right? So one rotten orange can move into 4 direction, right? So we can see in this case we don't have any orange on the upper side or left side, so it can rotate in the right one, down one, right? These 2 orange, it can be rotated in the first minute. After that again these 2 can be rotten, right, like this. So like this, after 4th minute all the oranges will become rotten, right? So in that case we need to return 4, right? Since after 4 minutes everything is rotten, right? So let's go through this example once again and try to find the approach using which we can solve the problem, right? So basically it's our initial state. Again it will be rotten after in the first minute, it will be rotten, and these 2 will become 2 in the second minute. Again these 2 will become rotten, right? So these 2 will become rotten, and it will look like this, right? After that it will become also rotten, and this will also become rotten, right? So so this one will become rotten since it's adjacent of these 2, right? In the third minute, right? And in the 4th minute, this last one is also become rotten, right? And in the 4th minute we can see there is no more fresh orange, so we can return 4. But we have some other cases also, some other scenario or other edge cases, you can say. So what are those? So let's see those also, and after that we will try to build one algorithm for the same. Okay, so suppose it's your initial state. In the first minute, what can happen? This can be rotten, right? So this one can be rotten. Let me mark it as red only. And again in the first minute it can rotten only one orange, right? Because it have only one adjacent adjacent fresh orange, right? But in the second minute, what can happen? This will become 2, and this will also become 2, right? So this will also become 2, and this will also become 2, right? So how it will look like? So let me paste it once again here. So in the second minute this one will become 2, and again this will become 2. Now in the third minute, what will happen? In the third minute, so let me quickly mark it as red here. Okay, so this will also be red, but again it will also be red, and again this will also become red. So since it's the rotten one, and again this will also become 2, right? After that it will also become red, and it will be red also, right? Now in the last 4th minute, what will happen? So in the 4th minute you can see this will also become rotten, right? So it will also become rotten. So it's for T0, it's for T1, it's for T2, it's for T3, okay, and it's for T4, right? So it's for T4. But you can see that after T4, let me quickly draw a line here. So it will look like this. At first it will go here in the time step 0, then again for time 1, then again. Okay, so you can see that how it will look like after each time frame, right? T0, T1, T2, 3, 4. But you can see that in this case, after T4 we still have one more rotten, we still have one more fresh orange, right? So in that case and this orange is an isolated one, right? Because this particular cell has no adjacent orange, right? Either no fresh, no rotten, so it's zero, right? So kind of isolated kind of thing. So in any point of time, this orange cannot be rotten, right? But using so in this scenario, we need to return -1, right? Since it's not possible to rotten all the oranges, right? So these are the two cases. One case where we can rotten all the oranges in a particular time frame like this. In that case, we need to return 4. But if it is not possible to rotten all the orange, then we need to return -1, right? So we need to consider these two scenario. So we need to consider these two scenario to solve our problem, right? So let's try to solve our problem, or let's try to write some algorithm, right? So what I will do, so let me quickly fill this up. So we are going to solve the first example, right? First example 1, and let me quickly fill this up. Okay, so let's solve this. Let's try to build our own algorithm for the same. So in this for solving the problem, I am going to solve the example 1 first. Okay, so let's solve our problem and let's build our algorithm. So I am going to use the first example, but we will keep in mind this scenario also, right? These cases also. So this is our example 1, and this is for time 0. How it will look like. So what I will do. So you can see that in the above two example, right? We are going according to breadth, right? So we are going either in the left or right or top or bottom direction, right? But we are going it for +1 every time. We are going it for only one level at a time, right? So you can surely understand that we need to somehow use BFS, and we need to tweak BFS to solve this problem, right? So exactly we are going to use breadth first search. And so you know that for maintaining those level, we need to use some queue. So queue which follow fast in, fast out, right? So whatever element I am going to insert, it will going to be out fast, right? So so from this end we are going to remove the element, and from this end we are going to insert the element, right? So front and rear. So okay, so let's solve it now. So what I will do at first, so at first I need to identify my rotten orange, right, in the starting state, or in the starting in the first or 0th minute, right? So basically we need to run one for loop, and I need to find all the rotten orange. So in this case we have only one rotten orange, right? So in this case we have only one starting point, and that value is 0 0, right? So x is 0, y is also 0, but somehow we can have two like this also, right? So in other example we can have two like this also. So in that case we are going to insert that also, right, as a starting point. So okay, so now what I will do, so once at first initially I will scan through the whole array, whole two-dimensional array or multi-dimensional array. I am going to insert all the cell which has value 2, right? And I am going to maintain its x and y value, right? So in this case we have only one value, right? So after that what will happen, I will poll this one. So poll means I am going to remove this value, and I am going to check the adjacent value for this particular cell, right? So I can see I have two adjacent value, right, in this case. So this one is also adjacent, and this one is also adjacent, right? So how it will look like, so how my queue will look like. So I am going to remove this, and it will be so 0 1. So I am going to insert this one, right, this one, and I am going to insert this one, right? So 1 0. Okay, so how it will in the second time, or time 1, it will look like this, right? So now what I will do, again I will check the adjacent one for these two, right? So how it will look like. So again I can see, okay, so and I will mark this as 2, right? So it will become 2, it will become 2. So again this one has this one adjacent, so it will be rotten, and this one is also adjacent, right? So it will also rotten, right? So how it will look like right now, so it will obviously become 2, and it will also obviously become 2 when our timestamp is 2. So now it will be 0 2. In the queue we will have 0 2, and we also have this one, right? This one is also rotten, right? So it's a 1 1, right? So it should be 1 1. So we will have these two in our queue, right, in the time 2. So now how it will look for time 4, let's check that also. So in time 4 again, this is the adjacent one for this one, right? Or time 3, sorry, right? So how it will, so our queue will contain this element only. So it's a 2 1, right? So it should be 2 and 1, okay? And our queue only contain one value only, right? So now what I will do at the end, again in the fourth time, let's copy it quickly. Okay, so in the fourth time, how it will looks, again it has only one adjacent, so this will become also 2, right? So it will become 2, and it is already become 2, right? So it will also become 2, and it contains only 2, 2. But for 2, 2, I can see we don't have any more adjacent node with value 2, right? So we will stop here, and this is the T4, right? We are going to return T4. So this way we can solve the first scenario, but we have other scenario, right? So somehow we need to know that we don't have any more phrase orange or any more cell with value 1, right? So how we can track that? So what I can do, so whenever I am going, let's go move back to the time 0 position, right, or time 0 state. Whenever I was scanning for inserting the initial 2 values, I can scan. So at the time I was running one for loop, right, to scan all the values of 2 with 2 values, right? So in that time I can scan the 1 value also, right? So the phrase orange, so number of counts. So what I will do, I will count the phrase orange, right, whenever during the first scanning, right? So phrase orange, and I can insert that count. I can keep track that count, right? So we have initially 2, 4, and 6 oranges, right? As 6 fresh oranges and 1 rotten oranges, right? So what at the end of our execution, whenever I am just changing the value, right, from 1 to 2, right, I am going to -1. I am going to do -1, right? And if I see at the end that I have, and if I see. And if I see at the end that I have 0 fresh orange left, in that case I am going to return my actual time. And if I see the fresh orange is still greater than 0, that means that's not possible, right? In that case we can return -1. Okay, so this is the algorithm we are going to use today. So let's write our code in Java. That will probably give you more better understanding. So let's write the code quickly. Okay, so let's write the code. So what I will do, at first I need to declare this, right? I need to declare one queue, right? So let us declare the queue. So quickly, so it should be an queue, and we are going to store integer array, right? Basically x index and y index, right? So it should be, let me name it as queue only, and it should be a new linked list. We are going to use linked list. Okay, so now what else we need? So we need one counter to count the one orange count. So one count, and initially it will be 0. What else? So we can take 2 more variable, probably row size rs, that will be a grid.length, and again we need another variable called cs to maintain the column size. It should be grid0 dot length. Okay, since it's a 3 cross 3, we can take 0. That will not be a problem. Okay, so what else we need? So apart from this, I think we need. Do we need anything else? So yeah, we need the time one variable to keep tracking the time, right? So let me name it as time only, and let me initialize as 0. Now what I will do, I am done with initialization. I need to scan through this whole multi-dimensional array, right? So let's write for loop for the same. So for int I equals to 0, and I should be less than row size and I plus plus, right? Now what I will do, again I need to write another for loop for the column also, right? Int j equals to 0, and j should be less than cs column size and j plus plus. Okay, fine. Now what I need to check, I need to scan all the 2, and I need to insert those in our queue, right? So let's do that. So if grid I and j equals to 2, then we are going to insert that in our queue. So it comes with queue.offer. Basically we are just inserting in the queue, right? And it should be an array, and what is the value? I and j value, right? Whatever the I value and j value, row and column value, we are going to insert in the queue, right? So initially it will look like this, only one cell, right? Now we need to keep tracking the one size, right? Fresh orange, number of fresh orange. So let's do that also. So else it will be else if grid ij equals to 1, then that means a fresh orange. I am going to increase my one count, right? One count equals to 1, right? So we are going to just increasing our one count. So I think we are done for the scanning purpose or for initializing our queue. Now what I need to do, I need to traverse this queue till my queue is empty, right? And I need to check that all those adjacent nodes are not all right. So let's write logic for the same. So probably what I will do, I will take another array. So I need to move in 4 direction, right? Right, left, top, bottom. So we are going to store those direction in a direction array probably, okay? So in directions, and it should be again a 2-dimensional array. And let's initialize the value also. It should be new int, and what will be the value here? So initially we can move, okay. So let me declare it quickly. So there can be four direction, right? I can go to the right side, that means 0, 1. I can go to left side, that means 0, -1. I can go to the top side, so that should be -1, 0. And I can go to bottom side, right, or downwards direction also. That will be 1, 0, right? So these all the 4 possible direction we can move, right? So we are just initializing those direction in a direction array, right? So let's start our actual logic right now, right? So we will iterate till our queue is empty, right? So we can use inbuilt empty method is empty, and we will do it still it's not returning false, right? True, right? So whenever our queue is true empty, we are going to stop our execution, right? So now what I will do, I need to poll one element, right? So let's poll one element. So it should be int, and let me name it as current, and it should be queue.poll. What else? Now I need to run another loop. So I poll this element, right? So since it's a first in first on, I will poll this element, this cell first, right? Now I am going to run for loop, and I am going to check all the possible adjacent direction, right? So let's run that. So int, let me name it as direction only, direction. Okay. So after that, it should be direction. We are going to just go checking all the adjacent nodes using this for loop, right? So directions. Okay. Now what I need to check after that, I need to check that. So I need to take 2 value, right? So it will be next row, or next adjacent row. In this we can, what it will be value? It should be current 0. 0 means we are considering the row location, right? Plus direction 0, right? So 0 contains row and 1 contains column, right? So similarly we are going to calculate next column. So next C equal to car1 plus direction 1, right? So let me quickly fix this. Okay. So now at first I will consider 0, 1, right? So my row will be same, but my column will be increased by 1, right? That means we are checking for the right side. Okay. So now so we increase my counter, right? So I will check these 2 value, right? This side I am checking for this position. So let's write logic for the same. So we need to check, we need to apply couple of more than four condition here. So at first our next are should be less than 0, should not be less than 0. If it is less than 0, then that will cause array out of bound index exception. Apart from that, our next r should not be greater than equals to our row size, right? And apart from that, our next y should not be less than equals to 0, and our next y should not be greater than equals to our actual column size, right? And grid next r and next c should not equals to 1, right? That means if I found this any of this condition is matching, we are not going to perform anything, we are just continue, right? We will check for next direction, right? Since these 4 conditions are basically used for avoiding the array out of bound exception, right? Because we know for this one we have only 2 direction, in the right and down, not upper and left. That will cause array out of bound exception, right? So we are just covering those things. And if it is not equals to 1, so it can be either 2 or 0, right? We will not bother about those 2 values, 0 and 2. So we will consider only for the 1 value. Okay, so what else? So if it is my value is 1, then I am going to make that value as change the value to 2, right? So that means that 1, the fresh orange will become rotten, right? So what else? So let write those logic now. So if it is 1, then we are going to make that 2, right? So grid next x, next r, and next c will become 2, and what else? And we are going to decrease one count, since we are decreasing the fresh orange count, right? And what else? I think that's pretty much now. And once we are done for particular element, right, for particular q level, we are going to increase our time, right? So time should be plus 1, right? And so we need to consider for the first level, right? So I need to write another for loop here. So it should be int I equals to 0, and I should be less than, so we need to maintain one size also, int size. Okay, so we are going to maintain the size also. So int size should be q dot size. I will explain you why I am taking this. So int dot q dot size, and I should be less than equals to size, and then I plus plus. Okay, and we are going to put this in a for loop, right? So once we are done with that for loop, then basically using this we are just differentiating the q level, right? So we are considering one level at a time, right? So for one level we are running this for loop, and we are incrementing the counter, right? After that, okay, so and if I found 2, obviously we need to add it in our queue, right? So q dot offer, and it should be new int, and what will be the value? Value will be next x and next r and next y, next c, right? So I need to insert in our actual queue, right? Okay, so I think that's pretty much for this logic, and once we are done with that, we need to return our value, right? So we will check that our one count equals to 0. If it is equals to 0, then we are going to return our time, else we are going to return -1. And what else? And yeah, and we need to run this while loop for 2 conditions, right? If my queue is not empty, and if my one count is still greater than 0, right? Else we will not iterate through the queue, right? I think that's pretty much for this code. Let's run and check whether it's compiling or not. I think it's throwing some error. So there are a couple of errors. So it should be next C also, and it should be also next C instead of next Y, right? Since we are taking R and C, next R. Okay, I think it's still throwing error. So let me fix that also. I think we are just polling it in wrong area. So we need to poll it, right? So we need to poll it inside our loop, right? So okay, so let's do that, and let's try now whether it's compiling or not, right? Okay, I think it's now giving me the expected answer. Let's submit our answer and check also whether it's accepted or not. I think it's accepted. So let's do some code walkthrough what we are doing here. Let's do some code walkthrough for more better understanding. So what we are doing here, we initialize one queue, right? So let me take one queue here. So it's our queue. You can think like this, and we scan through the whole array, and we can whole 2-dimensional array, and we put all those cell in our queue which has value 2, right? So initially we have only one node 0,0, right? So we add that in our queue, and again we also count the number of 1 in our number of fresh orange, right? So fresh orange is initially it will be I think it's 6, right? So total initially it will be 6. Now we also create one direction array in which we are going to store all the direction. So anything right, left, and top, bottom, these 4 directions we can move, right? So we store those in an array. Then what we are doing here, so we are running one for loop, and we already our queue size is 1, right? So I know for the first level I have only 1. So basically using this logic, in size and this for loop are basically using for maintaining the level, right? So queue can have multiple cell, but that can be from the letter element of the queue can be for different level, right? So we need to iterate for the particular level, right? After that we can increase our time, right? So we need to maintain this level. So to maintain those level, we are just taking the size initially. After that we are inserting the cell for the next level, right? So we are doing this. So initially our size should be 1. That means we will poll only one element, right? So we will poll this value, and we will check for the corresponding value, right? I can found this one and this one. We are going to insert that in our queue, right? So and then after So when we are going to insert, whenever I see that my value is 1, right? If it is not 1, if it is 2 or 0, then we will just continue, right? And we need to check this condition also, that to avoid exception, array out of bound exception, and if the value is 1, then we are going to add this in our queue, and we are going to make that number 2 instead of 1, right? And we are going to increase our fresh orange count, right, by 1. So it's in the first definition it will become 5, and in the queue this will contain these two index, right? This one 0 1 and 1 0, right? And again this time the size will be 2, and we are going to poll 2 element only, right? So this for first level, right? In the first level we have 2 1, so we will poll 2 element. For this to maintain this level, we are going to use this separate for loop, right? And the size thing, right? And once we are done, if we see that our total fresh orange count is 0, still 0, then we can directly return the time, or else if I can see it's greater than 0, then it's not possible to return all the oranges. In that case, we can return -1. I think that's pretty much for this video, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.